Hi, in this video we'll learn how to reverse a string. We'll also create a function that checks whether a string is a palindrome. This function will make use of reverse strings. So let's try to reverse the following string. I like music. To reverse a string, all we need is the slice operator with a step set to -1. If you want to learn more about the slice operator, I have a video on slicing strings, so feel free to watch it. So here we have our rText, which means reverse text variable, and to that variable we want to assign the reversed text. So here we have it, text. Here we have the slice operator. We omit the start and past index, which means from beginning to end, or rather from end to beginning, with a step of -1, which means in reverse order. And now we can print our text. As you can see, we get this string reversed. I like music. Well, as you can see, reversing strings is as easy as that. And here we have a function that tests if a string is a palindrome. A palindrome is a string which reads the same in both directions. So for example, gig, kayak, and so on. In this function, capitalization and white spaces should be neglected. Our function is called isPalindrome, and it takes one parameter, text. This is the text we want to test. In our program, we want to check whether hello is a palindrome and whether Santa at NASA is a palindrome. As you can see, hello is not a palindrome because it reads hello in this direction, but it doesn't read hello in the backward direction. As for our second example, Santa at NASA, well, this is a palindrome because if we neglect capitalization and white spaces, it reads the same in the backward direction. Santa at NASA. Okay, and here is how our function works. And we'll take this second example to illustrate how this function works. So in the first line, we pass text, which is this, as our argument. And now we get a Santa at NASA. Well, in this function, we'll compare strings. And as you know, Python is case sensitive. So capital letters and small letters are treated as two separate things. And this is why we have to unify them somehow. And first, we're going to turn them all to lowercase. So this function here, lower, converts the string to all lowercase. So this is what we get after this line of code executes. A Santa at NASA, all in lowercase. Well, in the next line of code, we want to get rid of the white spaces, and we can do it in two steps. First, we use the split function, which splits the text into separate words. Well, if this function takes no argument, like here, the default value is space, which means the text is split on white spaces and turned into a list. So after this part of code executes, we get a list containing the separate words, a Santa at NASA. In the second step, we want to convert these words into one string. So we can use the join method, and we use an empty string to join the elements. So we have a plus empty string plus Santa plus empty string plus at plus empty string plus NASA. And here is what you get, a Santa at NASA. So this is this text in all lowercase and without white spaces. Well, in the next line, we compare our text with no spaces, which is here, to the same text in reversed order. And here we use the slice operator with a step of -1 to reverse the order of this string. Now, if these two are equal, this means they read the same in both directions. And this means this text is a palindrome. Actually, this text is a palindrome. And now, if the text we passed as an argument is a palindrome, we get the following output. Text, here we get our original output, is a palindrome. If it's not, we get the output, our original text is not a palindrome. By the way, this is an F string available in Python since version 3.6. If you're using an older version of Python, you should use the format method to format the string. So here is our function, and now we can use the function to check whether hello and Santa and NASA are palindromes. So let's run the code. As we can see, hello is not a palindrome, but Santa and NASA is a palindrome. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, a thumbs up would be great. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're welcome to do so. Thanks for watching.